Instagram, and TikTok times too. Good morning. Good morning. We made it. It's day 61. So glad to have you today. Are you here with it? I'm excited to have you in the building. I'm excited to have you in the building. Of course I am. Good morning, Shabine. How are you? Good morning, Pamela. How are you this morning, beautiful? It's good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. I'm feeling amazing. It is Transformation Tuesday. We have been given another opportunity. Good morning, Lucille and G. Renee. We've been given another opportunity to do this thing again. And I invite you to do it with me or without me. I just invite you to do it, okay? To show up for yourself, to do something amazing, to do something different, to step outside your comfort zone. Good morning, Lavish Lily. Good morning, Zaha and Miss Vic and just Cool and Veronica and Tina. Good morning, 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 good morning. Or good risings, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. You could be somewhere where it's afternoon already. Some places it's 8, some places it's 6, some places it's 5, some places it's 4. But since I work in all the time zones, it's all of the times. So, good morning. My name is Coach Kenya. If you're looking at my profile, wondering who I am your area wellness and weight loss guru. I believe that weight loss and wellness is achieved through your mind and then through your body. I believe that when we can truly conceptualize our issues with emaciation, aversions, and chewing, we are able to grab hold of our eating issues, and we do not need to pursue extreme body altering gestures. But if we must do it with knowledge, access, and the information necessary to be successful at it. So welcome in. I am Coach Kenya. I'm so glad to have you here. And the ladies in each one of the rooms are my tribe. They are welcoming you here. They're excited to have you here just as I am. If you are new, please feel free to drop that blue heart because listen, babies, I don't know if it's blue. If you new, if you don't drop the blue. And if you new, drop the blue so that I can shout you out and welcome you in. I love when we have new people come. My platform is pretty popular. I do have about 60,000 followers on my other profile if you're not on my regular profile. And so sometimes people see me on other platforms and I don't have that many following, but it's all right. It's not about the following. It's about, am I able to provide you with what you need? If you take 1 seat, 2 seats, 10 seats, or none, just know that you are welcome here. You're wanted here. I don't believe in, oh, you did it this way, you can't get my tips. I don't believe in any of that. I believe that we are all. My phone just told me it wasn't charging, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to address that right now, okay? There we go. I believe that we all have something powerful to offer one another that can enhance where we are in our lives and on our journey. And so I'm so grateful to have you this morning. Yes, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. And let's get started. Let me tell you what we're doing today. So every day I come live and I share with you one of the tips that I've been doing for over 10 years to keep my weight off, which is daily reading, daily devotional, or daily meditation. And what I've been doing for the last 61 days is I've been joining you live right here on TikTok in the morning. And I've been doing those daily readings with you while sharing the tips, the tricks, and the techniques that I've used. Today, we are featuring our meal plans and our 3-piece fitness bands. I do have those in the building. So if you have any questions, you need to see them. Some people want to see them. Some people want me to stretch them out and show them. And so we do have the bands in the building for you today. Thank you so much for the likes, beautiful. We do have the bands for you in the building, Miss Lisa. Just so you can know. I know a lot of people yesterday in the live were asking about what the thing I'd be exercising. Like, what was that thing you exercise with? These are it. That thing that you see on my legs in all those videos that I'm using when I'm walking around. These are it. Basically, everyone has a resistance band. The difference in these bands is I actually worked with the company to formulate them to work with the fuller plus size body, one. And two, I also made sure that they can be used as a form of weight by just putting the band close to your body and pulling on it. So we wanted the bands to actually act like a full gym. And so there's movements and workouts that I've completed to show you how to make that band simulate your gym workout, all while sitting at your desk at work, because a lot of us don't have time. And if you're a girly like me, who's cute, sassy, bougie, and likes to be on the go, you don't got time for all the other stuff, but you still want the body, you still want the snatch, you still want the tone, you still want the skin rejuvenation. They the truth. Okay. grab out your journals. I did already start today putting my gratitudes down. I wrote quite a few already. Did you know that God's mercy is the highest level of love? Like that mercy is like it's the saving grace that God gives us, like his mercy on us. Like I never, it's not that I never thought about it. I hadn't really sat and realized what the meaning of the word mercy is. Like I never really conceptualized how imperfected we are and how much mercy is required to live in today's time. How much grace is required to live in today's time. And that if you're in fact not careful, you'll be walking in offense and defense because of the lack of mercy and grace. Ooh, I'm grateful for my life today. Um, I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for my business. I'm actually grateful for my mom's health getting better one day at a time. I'm grateful for my significant men, the significant men in my life, which I don't talk much about, but it is well. And I always do five guys. And I'm grateful for everyone in the world. Because without everyone else being in the world, there will be no world to exist in. So I'm grateful. Thank you, Mocha. Mocha, welcome in. Good morning. And I'm grateful for the world and everyone in it. Because if it weren't other people in the world, you'd be in the world alone. And believe me, no matter how much you like being a loner, if you was really alone, the brain can't. The brain, I ain't gonna do it today. And remember, when your brain shifts to gratitude, good morning, Terry. You called me live. Remember when your brain, good morning, Trina, good morning, Sheila, when your brain switches. Okay, this is where we get disciplined to be willing, right? You can get the bands, but if you don't have enough discipline to remember to take them to work or take them into your work for home space, if you don't have the discipline to put the band on your leg while you're sitting, then you just did another act. But I want you to go beyond the action and I want you to learn to use the easy things. A lot of you need something complicated or you feel like you're not working hard enough. But what if I told you that it's actually a blessing and easy? Some of you guys want to have to track your food, go to the gym 5 days a week, check in with 12 people to do 75 posts, tell everybody how you doing 5 days a week. Some of y'all want all that complication, but what you don't realize is the minute you can't do those things, your mindset is going to have a setback and you're going to find yourself starting starting an Instagram weight loss journey, stopping it. Starting an Instagram weight loss journey and stopping it. And what I want to tell you, I encourage you to still do that. But I want to encourage you to bring your mindset along. If you do not bring your mindset along, you're going to stop and start this thing more times than you can think. If you keep continuing to think that all you got to do is eat right and go to the gym, you are going to be greatly baffled. Greatly. My bands are making my arm itch right here. You're going to be greatly baffled. Because the minute your cravings and obsessions and the thinking and the rushing thoughts and the anxiousness and the unsettledness set in and the uneasiness set in, you're going to need something more than a gym and a meal plan. You're going to need a coping skill, some behavior modification, some breathing techniques, some tapping, some NLP. You may need some therapeutic techniques. When you've done all you can in the gym and with the food and you still having the anxiousness, the obsession, the depression, the worry, the compulsion with the scale, the number, it could be something else going on. It's like going to the doctor for a headache and you taking the ibuprofen, you've cut the lights off, you've done all the things. But for some reason, it's not shifting. It may mean because you're leaving out one of the most important things, and that's your mindset. See, a lot of us are even physically ill and don't realize our mindset even plays a role in how long and how bad we feel. Did you know that chronic pain makes you depressed? And that if you already suffer from depression, you can actually be walking around as a functional depressed person, causing misery for yourself and others and don't know it because you've gotten so used to the behavior that you display in that action, in that state, that you don't even know you're in that state. Did you know that depressed people go to work every day and raise kids and got jobs? All depressed people aren't laying at home under their covers. Some of them are sitting right next to you suffering every day silently. Silently. That plus size woman that you keep saying has a whole lot of confidence, she does have a confidence. But what you're not seeing is her silent battles. See, I need you to love us when we confident and showing you a photo and when we sad and showing you a photo. See, when we confident and got our outfit on, y'all give us all the good comments. But the minute we get sad, y'all tell us go lose weight. What is that? What is that energy? Anyway, we ain't gonna get on that today. What I'm sharing with you is this thing can be done. And one of the things I found that has helped me the most is showing up every morning for myself, by myself, reading, praying, and connecting with my emotions so that I'm not out here emotionally triggered and responding to everything based on what I think and what I feel. Because sometimes what I think isn't real, and sometimes what I feel isn't fact. Sometimes what I think isn't real, and sometimes what I feel isn't fact. Which means when I'm on my process, when I'm in my journey, when I'm doing my meal planning, when I'm working out, when I'm using the bands, when I'm going to my therapy, when I'm using my support group, when I'm getting the daily coaching, that means I'm doing all the things, but it still means I may have to deal with life. It means that in the midst of doing all the things, there may still be some fear. There may still be some anxious. There may still be some loneliness. There may still be some sadness. In all of that, there may still be some somethings. So I have to be knowledgeable and willing in that moment. I'm trying to watch for comments, you guys. This head is swiveling. In that moment, to be able to continue to show up. Remember, a lot of us will say, I'm self-sabotaging. I can't seem to get motivated. That's mindset. But many of us want to think we can physically work our way out of that. But our mind is stronger than our bodies, which is why you can plan to do something all day long. You can lay your gym clothes out, baby. You can set your alarm clock, baby. But when you go to get up in the morning, if your mind don't want to do that, guess where you're not going? I'm grateful for the gym that I don't go to that much. I have to take you guys to the Philadelphia Hot Works and see what it is like here. You know they have a Hot Works here too, but I haven't went to it yet. So I have to take you guys to see what it's about. But any hoosies, let's get to our reading. Sometimes I go back to my writing afterwards. So I'm just going to stick my pen in there and get us started for today's reading. Okay, today's reading, as you guys know, we're on February the 4th. We've been doing a great job. If you have not got the books, the two books are the following. Melanie Beatty, Journey to the Heart. Melanie Beatty, Journey to the Heart. The second book is 365 Days of Fear Not by David Komalafi, Pastor David Komalafi. 365 Days of Fear Not. Okay. We usually read first. Hi, Taylor. Hi, Tay. We usually, them things is dirty. I said that yesterday and I found my glasses cleaner and didn't clean them. We'll go to the ones that's clean. I can't see out of those. Good morning, lovely. Okay, so if you have not grabbed your resistance bands, now, mind you, I've lost 479 pounds. Remember, I was paralyzed, so you realize this was not a gym for bungle. This wasn't a run to the gym for bungle, right? It wasn't what this was, right? Right? Because I was on hospice, because I was on my deathbed. So what I'm showing you is what I was capable of doing from my deathbed. 168 pounds released. in less than 5 months. 168 pounds, no surgery, no dieting, no starvation, 168 pounds in less than 5 months. 468 pounds in 18 months. 468 pounds in 18 months. 468 pounds in 18 months. Maybe you're not hearing me. 468 pounds in 18 months. No, I didn't diet. Thought about it. Lying. I ain't think about it. I did not think about dieting. I did not think about the gym. I couldn't. What part of paralyzed in hospice on my deathbed with a feeding tube did you not get? Oh, okay. Let me leave it alone then. Okay. Okay. I guess y'all must be meeting people losing 468 pounds naturally every day. I mean, that's pretty impressive to me. I don't know. I was on my deathbed. It was pretty exciting to me to have lost that and kept it off for 10 years. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I know it probably doesn't excite you. It probably doesn't make you excited, but for some of y'all should be excited so that you can know that your story can happen too. Some of y'all should be excited because that tells you that your story is possible. That tells you that you're 100 pounds, you're 200 pounds, you're 300, that it's possible. So you should be excited. Don't be mad because I did it and you think you can't. Be excited that I did it because you can. Be excited because you can. Don't think, oh, she did it, I can't do it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I use behavior modification, intermittent fasting, and nutritional supplements. Behavior modification is the key. I am a therapist that is retired. I use therapeutic weight loss techniques. I created them. Me and several other therapists came up with some techniques that work with weight loss. I also created a weight loss meditation. I've been using it for 10 years. When you control the food noise, the obsession, the addiction, the emaciation, and the cravings, you are able to control why you eat. Yes, many of you have medical issues, but your medical disease has not jumped on the table and shoved food down your mouth. You have. Therefore, you need to deal with your mindset. You need to deal with your mindset. We cannot continue to stand up on stages and platforms and beat down individuals about same-sex relationships, fornication, adultery when we're sitting around here obese, overweight, and gluttonous. That's on the same list. And that comes from up here. That comes from up here. Even children are starting to be diagnosed with food addictions and food disorders, addictions to chewing, emaciation. Do your education, get educated. The battle that you've been facing, you're not crazy. It is more than what you've been thinking all these years. Some of you guys been knowing for many years that something else was going on. So how I did it? That's how you did it. So how do you do it? Is that what you're saying, Larry D? Or is that how you did it? I think Larry is saying that's how he did it, dealing with his mindset. You do all the other things, but don't leave out your mind. That's what I'm trying to explain. Congratulations, Larry. You don't leave out your mindset. I've been in the industry of thinking and behavioral health for 23 years. I work with some of the sickest people, deemed the sickest on the earth. Psycho, sick, meaning. Not medical, but psycho. Meaning I spent many, many years studying the functioning of brains and how they respond and how the behavior acts out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you see what I do for a living? So while many of you are looking for a health coach, you need a therapeutic or food therapist. You need a therapist that works with emaciation, aversions, addictions, food disorders, and eating disorders. A food addiction and an eating disorder is not the same thing. Okay, a food addiction and an eating disorder are not the same thing. They are not treated by the same powers. A person who's a food addict does not get the same type of services as a person who has an eating disorder. Okay, there are two type of different grinds. I'm dropping this knowledge for you guys so you can know. Many of you are suffering from other stuff. You're not crazy. You're just not saying the right thing to your doctor to get the help you need. Okay, Larry, how do I eat? I do not diet of any form. If you look at any of my meal plans that I have plugged in, if you go to my profile, I do not diet in any form. I teach behavioral modification in moderation. So I train and teach visual moderation, which means I teach your eye how to see what moderation of food to eat for each meal. And then we teach this thing called swap and bait. What it is if I have a hamburger with bread on it and cheese, I don't get the fries, I get a salad. If I get the fries, I don't get the bread and the cheese on the hamburger. I get lettuce, vegetable, and onion. You understand? You see the swap? So I'm still able to eat at these same places. I'm making better choices at those places. Instead of me going to a Chipotle and getting a burrito with everything on it, I'm only getting one of everything. I'm no longer getting 2 scoops of rice, 2 scoops of beans, 2 scoops of all the meat, all the guac, all the cheese. And then I place things on the side. Follow what I just said, okay? Good morning, unapologetically. Welcome in, Lisa. I'm missing comments. Welcome in, Nita. Thank you for the follow. Thank you guys for the follow. I'm talking and not acknowledging y'all. I'm sorry. Careless, Viva, Karen, Charles, Rain, Jen, Kim, Silva, User, Familia, The Truth. Welcome in, Kim Townsend. Welcome in, Bobby Brown. Welcome in. Thank you for following me, Nita. Got you. Sorry, I didn't mean to send those invites, you guys. I apologize. I'm hitting the wrong button. I try to I be trying to get y'all right back doing the live, and so sometimes I hit the wrong thing. So I apologize. Okay, I'm trying to get y'all right back because it'll let me do up to 10. So I try to do the 10 I see right away. Okay, so I'm trying to do y'all right now. And I'm doing it right now because what'll happen is if I don't get you right now, babies, y'all know I get off this call and go to my first class. So I'm getting y'all right now. And I'm getting y'all right now. I'm unapologetic. Hi, Maria, David, Thomas, KY, Goldie, Big Baby, Scorpina. How are you? Morgrosa, Chula? Erlene, is it Erlene? Erlene, Nanny, good morning. Cash, thank you for the likes, baby. Pastor, welcome in, welcome in. Woman of God, I believe, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, what time do you eat and what time do you stop? Okay, I start eating. It depends on if I'm on an intermittent fast. I don't have a stopping time for eating because as I said, I don't diet. I don't do any form of restrictive anything. I don't teach my clients that because it's not conducive of actual long-term living, right? So if we're learning a long-term lifestyle, guys, the one thing you have to understand is anything you do today for your weight loss, you need to be able to still do it when you're 80 or 90 years old. For some reason, this country has this when I get there mentality about your health. I don't know if you know, but you sound crazy, right? You you know that, right? It sounds crazy. Why would you want to get healthy and then stop? If you were so miserable, hi baby. If you were so miserable back then and you found something that worked, where there are you going? Where there are you going? Talk to me, babies. Where there are you going? Now listen to what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell you. If I use these bands and these bands help me build this body, and baby, let me tell you, for it used to be 692 pounds and I don't have skin. I don't have nut sacks in between my legs from all that extra skin. My arms don't hang down to my thighs. I don't have an apron belly to my knees. Oh, I can show you. I'm that confident in this one. Yeah, I did the work. See, what happens is when you lose the weight by nutrition and putting the right actual natural herbs in your body, you know what happens to your skin? Not all of it. Don't get it twisted now. Not all of it, but most of the skin, what begins to happen is it tries to rejuvenate and heal itself. Did you know your body is a healing machine? The problem is many of us have forever toxins and we're so toxic that we cannot access our body's natural healing process. So what I teach you in my program is how to get back to the natural you. We use all natural detox products. No apple cider vinegar. Nope, that's not how I'm keeping this waist. That's the bone, boo. That's the bone, boo. That's the bone. That's not how I'm keeping that. Yeah, that's not how I'm showing up on here every year. And you never hear me talking about something. Oh my gosh, I gained so much weight back. You never hear me saying that. Because I'm doing the same things I was doing 10 years ago. Is what you're doing maintainable? If you were 80 years old, can you still be doing what you're doing right now at 80? If you get injured and can't go to the gym, can you still keep your weight off? These are questions. If COVID happens again, can you keep your weight off? If you lose your money to pay for your GLP-1, do you know how to go in the kitchen and make you a meal? See, these are the real questions. Yeah, I got questions. See, what I need you to do is to do both. I don't need you to just have the injection. I need you to remember that if something was to happen, can I perform? Can I get in the kitchen and make a full course meal? Do I know how much fat should be in my meal? Do I know how much protein should be in my meal? Do I know how many vegetables should be on my plate? Do I know how many carbs should be on my plate? Do I know the actual adult requirement of nutrition? Not what they say, but what my body requires. If I'm a woman of color, did you know there's actual different restrictions because there's biases for dark melanated people? Did you know the reason some of the medications you taking ain't working is because you're melanated? Research, 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 ask questions, ask questions. You going to the doctor, you trusting him with all your life, letting him tell you, cut your stomach open, cut your life away. Go ask questions. Ask the right ones, and you'll get different answers. Ask about forever toxins. Ask about malabsorption. Ask about if you've been on a medication and you keep getting switched and why it's not working. Why haven't we done a malabsorption test on your stomach yet to make sure you're absorbing the medication? Marsha! Are y'all following me? Catch it. I want to empower you to not just get where you want to be on your weight loss journey. I want to empower you to ask questions. Okay, so when do I eat? If I'm intermittent fasting, Larry, baby, I break my fast at noon. If I'm not intermittent fasting, I wake up in the morning, I have my detox tea, I have a cup of coffee, and I start off with protein. I always break my first meal with protein. I am not a carb-based person. They make me tired and lethargic. I don't care what carb it is. I don't care how many carbs is in the bagel. It still makes me sleepy. I don't care if you give me those bagels. I got them. They upstairs of the lady, the black company, the bagel company. I got them. They still, even that, because it's a type of carb. See, I've learned that there's a certain type of carb that makes me sleepy, because all carbs don't make me sleepy, but certain types of carb, if you use yeast, makes me sleepy. Look at me learning about my body. Facts. I know that when I'm originally from Zambia, and I always advocate the meds I'm giving. Yep, you got to go in there and ask questions. Yes, is it Kosh? Am I saying it right, baby? Is it Kosh? Yes, Kosh is right. When they give you something, go ask. Say, hey, if we keep moving me around on this medicine, why we ain't check what's going on inside of me? We ain't did no test, but you keep giving me meds. Did we check to see if I'm digesting it right? Did you know that if you have symptoms of like IBS and stuff like that, there's a likelihood that the medication you're taking is not staying in your stomach long enough for you to absorb it. And so you're actually digesting whole tablets and you're not even getting the effects of the medication. And you keep going back to the doctor every month. That's why he keeps increasing it. You need to ask about malabsorption. I know that picture you see. That picture you see is where they found over 3.5 years worth of medication sitting in the lining of my stomach. 3.5 years worth. 3.5 years worth. My pills that I was taking every morning, 63 of them, I was taking them. They did an absorption test on me where they put dye in you and they light your trachea up. They light your biliary tract up. And they watch and time how long it takes a substance to go from you swallowing it to move down into your stomach and begin to drop into your biliary tract. For mine, what I put in my throat was already trying to digest after only 6 minutes. That means if a medication takes 10 minutes and acidity in my stomach to break down, that means by the time the medication tried to work, I had already pushed it into my biliary tract as bowel. Ooh, that's deep. Y'all know nothing about that. Let me do what I came here for. Because some of y'all think I'm just some uneducated black girl. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. But I'm going to go on and do what I do, though. I'm going to go on and do what I do, baby. If you knew, you better sit back and get a seat. I'm going to teach you some things. And then I'm going to have you go look it up so that you can come back and say, Coach, you was right. I'm going to have you go look it up because I want you to come back and be like, Marsha! I'm going to have you go look it up and then have you come back so you can come back. And don't be ashamed because it ain't no problem. I done made mistakes. I still make mistakes, y'all. I want you to come back. Thank you, Kosh. Thank you. And welcome, Kosh. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Because I want you to be empowered. I don't care if you get my products or 17 other people's products. I don't care if you get somebody else's meal plan. I just want you to know that whatever you're currently doing, if you feeling like there's a barrier, it may be mindset, grab you a therapeutic food coach. And I guarantee you, when they start working with you, the things they're going to teach you about the way you think about food is going to have you blown away in the first week. Because many of our grooming behaviors, see, y'all don't even know what that word mean. Many of our grooming behaviors that's coming around these food situations we're in, we don't even know we're grooming it. Like, how many of y'all go all day drinking water, coffee, Diet Coke, iced tea, going in the Circle K, you getting drinks. You won't eat nothing though. And then at night, you either calling DoorDash or you going in the kitchen and frying some chicken, cooking you a big old meal, enough food for 5 people, and it's only one of you because you waited all day to eat. And now you're going to sit down and eat that one meal, and right after you eat it, you're going to get the remote, lay back, and fall asleep. Did you know it's like almost having sex and falling asleep after making love? Did you know the same part of your brain center that gets it? See, y'all don't want it. Get the bands. Start with the bands. Look, they on sale right now. But I can 7. I'm apologetic. I know you. I know you. But your thing is timing. I wanted to work with you on your timing. Unapologetic. I know. I know you got a whole crew. Remember we talked about it. It's been a minute, but we talked about it. I'll be remembering y'all stuff. Marsha will tell you. Marsha's on my I think she's on the backup page right there. But Marsha will tell y'all, I remember. Don't you come in here and type your stuff in the chat. I go back and read them. I will remember. And you'll come and be like, oh, you remember? Yep, I remember. I remember when y'all tell me y'all struggling on your objections. I remember. I make note. So if you come back, I can have feedback for you. I go research it. If you say, oh, I'm having this and I ain't never heard of that one, I call up my peoples and be like, hey, have any of the patients reported this? I do work closely with a GLP clinic already in Tucson, not Tucson, in Phoenix. Okay. I work with the NP that has her own GLP clinic. She's offering those services, and some of my clients are getting those services from her. So I'm working under a doctor and a nurse practitioner. I'm not working under them, but they're consulting with me. Let me say the word is consulting. Okay. If you just made a comment, it is filtering out the comments, guys. I just noticed it keeps giving me a message saying all my comments are being filtered. So I think what happened was somebody must have gave us a negative comment because these are business accounts that are blocked and protected. So whatever comment was just stated, just reword it and it'll let you say it again. Okay. Just reword your comment. It'll let you say it again. All right, here we go. Day 61, it is written. So what we do every day, this is part of what I do for my ladies. I am a daily coach. I am a daily therapeutic based weight loss coach. Okay. Or let's say wellness, because what happens in my program is we actually work with the mind so the body can respond. So where, say, for example, if you're already on a wellness journey, but you're struggling mentally, that's where I step in, right? My clients typically have 2 people. They typically have a doctor and a nutritionist, and then they have me. Why? Because what I do is for the brain. Yes, I cover all of the other stuff. I work closely with one of the top certified PhD sports specialists out of New Zealand. If you know anything about New Zealand, you know it's one of the healthiest countries in the world. I work directly out of New Zealand. The products that we use, the items that we use in the products that I promote and use myself and have been using for 10 years are actually sourced out of New Zealand. So I chose all health. I made a choice to do natural. That was a choice that I made when I was on my deathbed after being given 30 days to live. I had been taking medication for many years, and I just kept getting sicker. And so by the time I decided to go natural in terms of starting protein shakes and mint and honey and lemon and turmeric and all of that, it was only at the desperation of me dying. You know, I didn't think like you all are, is to seek help early. I waited till it was too late. I waited till I was fighting for my life. Okay. But what I wanted to tell you, the first thing that they brought in my room was these bands. This is the first thing I started doing. I was on a feeding tube, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I start eating right, because that's not what happened. See, I'm not gonna tell you no juiced up story about my journey. I don't got no, oh my God, I hit my rock bottom and I had to get my life right. No, that's a lie. Let me tell you what really happened. Them people came in there and told me I was gonna die. I looked up at that man with an Oreo cookie in my mouth and said, at least I'm gonna die with a full stomach. And I laughed. Okay. I was not trying to be here. Okay. What you can understand is I was in the darkness, in the pits of the real pits. Okay. I was at the end of my end. I literally was ready to die. I was actually praying to die. I would wake up in the morning and say, God, why did you wake me up again? I would eat to the point of vomiting and have it on my face and in my mouth because I was trying to eat myself to death. The misery that I endured sitting still in that bed, because what had happened was I've been hurt a lot in my life, right? How many of you can relate to it? Some childhood trauma, to some adult trauma, to losing some things, to homelessness and alcoholism and neglectful parents. How many of you can relate to having your whole life planned and a man walking out and you see what had happened to me was on my deathbed, my husband of 13 years decided that he was going to leave me because he was going to die too. So I was woken up from a coma, a med-induced coma. And I was told that day on October 13th, 2014, that my spouse of 13 years was going to be moving to New Jersey with another woman because they told me I was going to die. He said he didn't want to die too. So he abandoned me, left me, took all the stuff, all of our things, and left me in a hospital bed. Now, I know forgiveness is important, and I've done that. But when a person leaves you for dead and you still alive, you can't go back. Yeah, all the therapy in the world won't let me. Because you see, I still have that disease. You see, that's the funny thing. No, I didn't have surgery, baby. That's the funny thing about life. No surgery. It's all natural. That's the problem. If you look at the shape of my head and my face, that's how you can tell. The way my weight loss sits, you can usually tell. I've been doing it so long, I can actually tell. I can tell right away I can actually look at a person and tell exactly what injection they used, what surgery they got. I've been doing this a long time. I work with 14,000 people in 14 countries. So I've been in a long time just scrolling through to say hi. Hi, beautiful. How are you? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I just want to encourage you that not only is it possible, but you can come from your darkest and still come out shining bright. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. Yeah, look, you guys, I just want to encourage you. Look, because people be thinking I'm capping. I'm going to try to scoot the chair over because my little corner, I'm at home. I live in Arizona, but I'm visiting family out of town. Okay. So can y'all see me? Let me see. That's me. No shapewear. Regular panties. That's my actual bone. Not a lot of, how people usually have that big old, not a big thing. This is actually the only, that's my apron belly right there. That's the gist of my apron belly. It doesn't go lower. It doesn't drop or anything yet. That's the gist of it. See? It's not, I don't have the, one time I was live and the guy said, I bet you got an apron belly to your knees. Don't, Bookie. I can see my boo-boo-boo. Don't, Bookie. I don't. And again, one of the things that I use that was very powerful on my journey is I do take vitamins. I've been taking NDA for several years. I know that just came out for many of you when you just got exposed to it, but the company the nutritional shake that was being put in my feeding tube when I was in hospice, they actually have an NDA vitamin, and it's an isogenesis, and I've actually been taking those for over the whole entire time, and that's why I can reveal to you that that's my arm, my skin arm. That's it. No, it hasn't been removed. That's what it looked like in real life. You understand what I'm saying? So the reason why these results are possible is the method that I lost weight. Because I wanted to die when I was that big, I didn't have that microwave urgency. Many of you have this microwave mentality about your weight loss. You just want to hurry up and get the weight off. But it took you day after day of eating and are not moving or being sickly, because some of us are sickly and that's why we gain weight. All of your weight gain isn't just from eating. And that's why I tell y'all both sides of the coin. Yes, all of your issues and medications contribute to it, but also the fact that we're adding food with our hand to those situations is what makes it worse. I know, right? I know. Also, too, some of us are craving. Those cravings are coming from the synthesization of your medication. If you are taking certain medications, you need to see what they break down and absorb to. Don't just look at the side effects, but look at what they absorb into. Some of the medications, the more common ones, A, are typically needed in high doses for melanated people to work, and B, we're not absorbing them, or C, and C is a really, 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 really big one, guys. We're actually taking the medication, but we're not taking it at the right times or doing the right things before and after it. So we're not getting the best benefit of it, right? Like I used to think when stuff would say, don't eat with this. And then when I start looking into weight loss, I realized why those things are said. When it says do something on an empty stomach, it's because it wants that item to work on what's in the stomach. When you put food in your stomach, then your stomach acid and everything is going to focus on breaking down the food because that's the primary focus because it's an item in there. Do you understand? Do you understand? This is why intermittent fasting is often misconstrued and miscommunicated. A lot of people think you can just starve doing intermittent fasting. But if you don't give the fat a reason to get into ketosis or apogee, then you're just on a hunger strike. You actually have to be working with the body to help it be in. Starving just doesn't automatically put you in apogee, you guys. That's not how that works. You actually have to have something that helps you get there and stay. Oh, you know what? Day 61. I keep trying to read. It is written, thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. Assured help. How do I do it? Sorry, hold on. How do I do clarify how do I do which part? I'll explain it to you. Just tell me and I'll explain to you. Um as Isaiah 44:2. So today's scripture says, hey CW 247. Gosh, thank you so much for the likes. Hey Tara, oh my gosh, and Rose, good to see you. Hey Stephanie. Larry, can you repeat the question, baby? Principle. Today's principle says assured help strengthens against fear. So when we know that we have help and we know that we're doing what we're supposed to do, it'll lessen our fear. Like if you're doing what you're supposed to do at your job, you're not fearful of getting fired, right? If you're getting up every day and you're meditating and you're walking even just 5 minutes a day, eventually that something's going to show up, right? Do you understand? Thank you, Mocha. Do you understand? So I want you to do the little thing over and over and over. I even want you to be saying, I don't know, coach told me to do these 50 ankle pumps a day. How is this going to help? Keep pumping them ankles. Because what's going to happen is the motivation from you consistently pumping your ankles the next day, the next month, the next 2 weeks, you're going to want to march in place. And then after you've marched in place and your body gets familiar enough with marching in place, you're going to be like, let me try to walk down the street. Some of y'all just trying to walk down the street. And y'all forgetting y'all ain't did that in months, years, weeks, days. Pump them ankles so you can get used to walking like that, babies. And then when you get them ankles ready, get them knees ready because you need them. Then when you get them knees ready, get that back ready, and then go for the walk. Do you get it? Do you get it? This is how we get hit brick walls, right? When we're bigger, we hurry up. We want to run in place. We want to run outside. We want to get hoop belts, run to the gym. We want to do all this stuff because all we can think is if I move faster and I burn fat and I eat less, I'm going to get skinny. But if you leave out of your mindset and your cravings cut on, you're going to be sneaking and eating at night. And then you have to work out harder in the gym because you got to hide the fact that you sat around and snuck and ate. Stop it. Stop it. You can find serenity. You can find peace. You can find the right way. You can. Coach, he's speaking today. Unapologetic. I know, unapologetic. I know, sis. Okay. God who formed me from the womb without fear will surely make me live free of fear in Jesus' name. I decree to my life, he be divinely assured against fear in Jesus' name. So the concept here is that, remember, we're saying that not only are we not afraid no more, but if there's fear that we don't know about, see, a lot of us are in fear and don't know it. A lot of us are afraid of something. Like I know for me, I had already lost weight once before and failed the surgery and had it reversed. So I didn't care that I was big again. As a matter of fact, I ate myself to that big. Did you know that I ate myself to 389 pounds heavy in 10 months? That's what a food addiction looks like. Y'all didn't hear that. I'm the realest of the real. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I'm eating while you sleeping, sleeping while you eating, thinking about eating when you eating, about to eat, thinking about when I'm about to eat. Baby, this real. I'm what they call the worst of its kind. I will spend all the money, the last in the bank account. I will drive far. I will walk for it. I will lie for it. I will cheat for it. I won't steal, though, which doesn't make sense if I will lie to somebody to get them to bring me food before. What I'm trying to tell you is when you're in the midst of this thing called food, you begin to do nothing but seek it. Oh, have you like this? What I used to do, I would know my husband. Today is better than yesterday. Amen. I would call my husband on his way home, and I'll say, "Are you gonna come down whatever street?" Yeah, babe, I'm gonna take my normal way home, babe. What is it? What you want? He already know I want something. You guys, there's something on the back of my neck, and it's really big, and it wasn't this big yesterday, and it's making me nervous. Because y'all know I'm out of town, and I don't, we can't, it ain't enough doctors. I scare these doctors. Because y'all know I'm allergic to everything. Everything. These doctors would lose it. They'd be like, we have an anomaly. Hi, Kat. How are you? We have an anomaly. I forgot what I was saying because this thing on my neck is bothering me. We have an anomaly. That's what they would say. Anyway, moving on. February 3rd. Break through your resistance. Oh my gosh. You know what? This book, Melody Beatty, you ain't never come to none of my night, Melanie, and I'm live on Instagram right now. But Melody, I just need you to know that I love you. That I love that every day you bring me and my ladies and my gentlemen the best information possible to grow our mind. William Blaza, I'm unapologetic. Thank you. Angela, thank you. Kosh, thank you. Antonio, welcome in. Thank you. Thank you, Melody. Thank you, Melanie. If you're not already following this author, she's actually on Instagram. And when I tell you this woman drops nuggets every day that will help you digging in your own business and your own relationships, trying to get your life right. She will call you out on the street and so kindly, so nicely, and you don't even know you being inappropriate and defective until she tells you. Yesterday, she told us, I'm going to read it. Some of us may be desperately trying to recreate the life we once had, but fear, pain, and desperation won't attract the answer we're seeking. Desperation attracts desperation. Pain attracts pain. And so the downward spiral goes. Yes, loss hurts. Sometimes life hurts too, but loss can't be negotiated. Becoming obsessed with putting the pieces back in place is understandable. Reaction is an understandable reaction, but it won't work. Yesterday cannot be superimposed on today. We need to go one step further. The bands. Start with the bands. Start with the bands. Start with the bands. You can't get it figured out. You're having a hard time conceptualizing the meal plans. You're having a hard time settling down eating consistency. Start with something small. Get yourself the bands. $19, 50, I think 20% off. There's something off. They're on sale. Start with the bands. And then start showing up here every morning. Come to the reading. Just pull out the phone. You know, in the morning I'm here, grab your reading. After you grab your reading, here's what I'm going to have you do. After you grab your reading, then you're going to go drink you some type of detox tea. Coach, what you mean? In the morning, the best time to trick your body and to kick it into apogee and ketosis is from breaking your fast. That's what breakfast is. Did y'all know that? Breakfast. That's what that means. Break your fast from sleep. You know what? I ain't going to do it. Break through resistance. Thank you, Lolo. Cash. I was about to do it, but I'm not going to do it. Y'all see these teeth missing? These teeth are even missing from my food addiction. Eating and going to sleep with food in your mouth. See, some of y'all don't want to tell the truth about y'all food issues, but I'm the real one. It's the little things, Terry. I know it's the little things, Terry. It's the little bitty things. And you will be shocked how the little things will have you out here looking snatched and feeling great and feeling blessed. Clara, good morning. Thick, good morning. It'll have you blessed and feeling great from doing something little. You get up and read this book. Look, let me tell you what it says today. It says breakthrough resistance. We sometimes resist new lessons. And what we resist the most is likely to be what we most need to learn. See, she's already smacking us in the head. We sometimes resist new lessons. So how many of y'all resisting this information I'm telling y'all? Huh? Hmm. See, I always tell you guys in the morning, sometimes I'll start this live and I'll say, ask God to help you forget everything you think you know about yourself, everything you think you know about weight loss. I'm gonna give it to you in a minute, second. Everything you think you know about weight loss, everything you think you know about yourself, everything you think you know about him, and everything you think you know about the world. The reason why I ask people to do that on a daily basis, because many of us have the I already know mentality. I used to have that. I used to have that disease. I know. I call it the I know disease. When you know better, you do better. Quit saying you know something if you ain't doing it. Because people that know something do something. And if you ain't doing something, then you don't know nothing. Because just because you know something doesn't mean you know enough of it to do something about it. I knew how to lose weight then too, but I was still big as a house. I'm like I was a therapist. I know what a food addiction looked like, but I didn't see my own. I treat food disorders. Some of my actual first clients were eating disorder clients. They were in facilities. Do you know what, sis? I can't take you this morning. Speak on. I'm on it. I mean, I'm just telling you my truth too. Because if you've been here a while, you know I'm really talking about me, just sharing with you. And if you catch it and you agree, we together. Gosh, we're in Melody Beatty. It's really inexpensive on Amazon. It's a beautiful book. It's 365 days of nothing but good encouragement. And her focus is codependency. And a lot of colored people are scared of the word codependency, but that's because we walking around codependent. Okay. All words aren't bad words. Everybody has some sense of codependency because that's normal. But what's not normal is when it's enabling, traumatic, traumatizing, dramatic, inappropriate, enmeshed, demanding, bullying, harassing. That's not relationships. What relationships are supposed to be. Mm-mm. So what Melody does is she helps you look at it through another set of eyes. Mm. Our lesson usually comes with inner conflict. The action we should be taking, the ideal we should be learning, is sometimes hidden behind a wall of resistance. There's a border, a barrier we need to cross to get into the heart of the lesson. Most times, the barrier is within us. Lessons require us to let go of old feelings, old beliefs. If they didn't, they wouldn't be lessons. We'd already know them. Sometimes, the very thing we feel guiltiest about doing, the place we're most resistant to visiting, the person we're most convinced we shouldn't contact, are the behavior we're tormenting ourselves most about is exactly what we need to be doing. And more often than not, the lessons we're learning is not what we think it is. We need to embrace. Oh, I'm reading the wrong day, y'all. Sorry. I'm reading the wrong day. February 4th. Well, let me finish it first. Let me finish it because it was good. Because y'all didn't hear this yesterday. We already know them. Sometimes the very thing we feel guiltiest about doing, the place we're most resistant to visiting, the person we're most convinced we shouldn't contact, or the behavior we're tormenting ourselves most about is exactly what we need to be doing. And more often than not, the lessons we're learning is not what we think it is. We need to embrace the surprise of element, embrace the mystery of life as it unfolds, as the lessons appear as we grow and change. Do we need to do what we need to do to break through your resistance? Often that means simply seeing your resistance for what it is. Remember that the point of the greatest that at the point of greatest resistance is often the place of greatest learning. Melly Beatty. I gotta throw February 4th in there, y'all, because I can't leave y'all hanging. Here we go. I'm on it. We got 5 minutes. See how powerful you are. People who believe their victims get to be right. Each experience they have convinces them of that. They don't open themselves to let the lessons, the growth, and the beauty of each situation they encounter. All they can see is their victimization. Wasn't I just talking to you about this yesterday? Didn't I just tell you if you don't be careful, mess around, you'll be walking around here being a victim in everything and every situation. I can't because of this. I can't because of this. It's because of this. And you'll never want to say it's because of me. She, it, they, he. I used to do the same thing. I would actually be sad about the things that happened to me as a child, but because I was so victimized as a child, as a grown woman, I was still walking around as a victimized 6-year-old little girl. The way I behaved, the way I responded to people's triggers during the day was like a child. I would be offended like a child. I would feel left out like a child. I would feel lonely like a child. I would feel a bit because I was a young, immature 6-year-old. I was immature. I stopped growing at the age when of my first traumatic experience. I was 6. So I dealt with my emotional things through the brain of a 6-year-old, the behavior of the thinking of a 6-year-old until I got help. Until I got help. Until I realized that, wait a minute, everybody is looking at me, thinking of me, doing, how do you do intermittent fasting? My knees hurt. Okay, Larry, with your knee pain, why don't you get some cold pressed black castor oil and rub it on your knees, and that'll help with the pain. Also, there's a pain cream that I swear by called Aspirin Cream. It has lidocaine in it. And what you're going to do is you're going to rub the black castor oil on your knees first. Then you're going to rub the Aspirin Cream, and then you're going to wrap it and let the aspirin cream absorb into the nerve ending of your knees before your workouts or movement. You can do it in the morning. It'll carry you most of the day. You get off Amazon for $8. Okay. And then intermittent fasting. Okay, so this is how. Oh, you was asking me how to do intermittent fasting. Because Larry, I was hollering, Larry, repeat your question. Okay, so this is how I do mine. When I wake up in the morning, the first part of the morning, I'm only drinking water. And then I go upstairs and I make my concoction. That's what I call it. It has Ionic Supreme, Cleanse for Life, which is a nutritional cleansing supplement that puts my body into apogee. The Ionic Supreme is going to work with my cortisol level, keep my stomach, take that hardness out of my stomach, lower my cortisol level so I can cut on my metabolism. And it's also going to help me with energy, stress reduction. It has ashwagandha. It has all the words that none of us can pronounce. It has all that in there. Then I'm going to add a little bit of extra mint, ginger, lemon, and honey. And I'm going to slow sip on that tea. I slow sip on that. And that's where I'm going to be getting my fasting ingredients for the morning. Because remember, I just told you that I'm taking something in that tea that actually induces my body to be in apogee. So I'm burning visceral fat when I wake up from being asleep. Because I was in REM sleep, I immediately go to the detox tea so I can continue the burning and fat and the renewing of the cells. Are y'all following me? Okay, next. I just gave you the ingredients to my homemade tea. It's not a secret. I tell people all the time, you're going to take the juice of a lemon, the leaf of a mint, 3 tablespoons of honey, 8 ounces of water. You want boiling water, and then you want to cool it. You can drink it hot or cold. The mint needs to be raw mint. The ginger should be regular ginger unless you lose 3 tablespoons of ginger, which makes it stronger. Okay. Thank you, Miss Story. Then, okay, listen. If you don't have the Cleanse for Life or Ionics, you got to double the ginger, like I just told you. That's why you got to double it, because the mint and the ginger can like simulate the same effects of the cleanse and the Ionics when you use the right ratio of the ginger, the mint, and the honey. Add in the juice of a lemon, not a splash of lemon. Listen to what I said, a juice of a lemon, meaning you're squeezing all the juice of a lemon, because that's where you're going to get the rest of the stuff you need to burn that visceral fat, okay? And remember, the goal is not subcutaneous fat. We want to lose visceral fat. The reason why is because so many of my clients are already on the surgery or taking the injection. So they're already losing muscle mass because there's no way to avoid it. So I have to come up and create systems for them not to lose their actual body mass and their muscle mass. And I also look at things so that my clients aren't having a lot of saggy skin. They don't start having the symptoms of thinning hair, brittle teeth, bad breath, dry skin. All of these things are symptoms of the weight loss surgery and injections. So just in case you're having any of them, don't worry about it. They will go away. You just got to do something about them. So if you're noticing your hair thinning, you need to increase your vitamins. I know people on the surgery, people on the injections don't want to take vitamins because they don't have any cravings or not. Regardless if you're having a craving or not, or you're hungry or not, your body no longer communicates to you normally. So you should be eating on a schedule. That is my other tip for today. You should be eating on a schedule. You want to know how to avoid eating it late in the night? Eat on a schedule, and by the time nighttime comes, you're not hungry. If you find that you want to chew at night, then it means you have issues with emaciation and you need help. Pucker power. Yes. Terry, tell them, baby. Terry said, that's what I do. That's what she does. Terry's been with me almost 10 years. I watched this woman. She's moved across the country. She's been with me so long. My clients have been with me forever because it's a lifestyle, not a diet, if that makes sense. So as my clients' lives change, I change with them. I provide that care for them, that service for them. Okay. 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 Did we read? January 4th? Okay, let's read. I think we read it, didn't we? See how powerful you are. People who believe they're victims to get to be right. Each experience they oh, we didn't. Each experience they have convinces them of that. They don't open themselves to the lessons, the growth, and the beauty of each situation they encounter. All they see is their victimization. Many of us have done the hard work to shift our belief system about being a victim. As we did that, we noticed that the scenery in our lives changed. When we believe something different, we get to see something different. Okay, you know what? I ain't gonna do it. Let's keep going, Cash. Cash, let's keep doing. Let's keep going. We ain't gonna do it to Cash. You're gonna just keep reading. People who believe they have powers to get to be right. Two, although we know there is much in life we can't control, we also know we have the power to think, to feel, to choose, and to take responsibility. Okay, so after you drink your detox tea, I do it at noon. So I usually get up at 6 and I go 6 hours, and then I break my fast with the detox tea, and then I wait 25 to 40 minutes depending on what I'm doing, and I'll eat protein, no carb, go straight for protein. It's only meat at that point, only meat, no carb, only meat. No carb, only meat. The first thing I break is only meat. Understand? Are only a vegetable. If you're veggie, hey Kay, if you're a veggie, then break it with high protein veggie, okay? So break it with meat. And then I wait 2 hours and I start ensuing with my schedule, which is a 3-2-1 schedule, which is 2 shakes, 3 snacks, and 1 meal. So because I broke with the protein snack, now I have 2 snacks left for the day, 2 protein shakes, and 1 meal. I still have plenty of food I get to eat throughout the day. So I'm not restricted. I'm not hungry. But my portion and my amount is small. Okay. People who believe, okay, so it says, we're discovering our creative powers and our power to love, including our power to love ourselves. Thank you, Kay. We've embraced our power to grow, to change, and to move forward. We know we have the power to claim our lives, take responsibilities for ourselves in any situation life brings. Although life may, I mean, I'm trying to get to all these comments. Although life may deal us certain hard blows, we've learned to see beyond that. We see life's beauty, gifts, and lessons, and its mysterious and sometimes magical beauty. On the road to freedom, we may have made a stopover. We believed we were victims and we got to be right. Now our journey has led us someplace else. We know we have powers, we know we have choices, and we no longer need to be right, just free. See how powerful you are. You can be just free. Mm. I love you, Terry. Well, I'm gonna go on and take that and do my I'm gonna do my 100 squats. I don't want no smoke in the city. Melody said that if we choose a different walk of life, Serenity, hi baby. She said that if we choose a different walk of life and choose to look at things instead of always being right and being the victim to every situation we're in, if we choose to look at it and learn from it and see it for what it is outside of victimization, that not only will we learn and grow and heal, but we will find freedom. And many of us are literally trapped in our own prison. We have the key, we're the warden and the guards. Kay! Kay! Kay, this is from 2 years ago. These are the cropped, distressed tank sweatshirts from 2 years ago. I used to cut them up and make them real funky and stylish with all the like. Kay, I'm just going to do you a whole collection. Kay, you and my sister, because y'all on my neck. So when that box comes, just get the Cash App ready, okay? Because I'm going to have to make a whole bunch of your own stuff. Because I see now this is going to be a thing. Y'all, I'm talking to one of my ladies. And I made these jogging pants. I didn't think any of the girls would like them. So I never offered to order them. Hi, sister. So I never offered to order them in bulk because I didn't think the girls would like them. So I'm on live, y'all.
I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my big one. At least I think I'm doing my big one. The girls, it's about 7 or 8 of them in the live at this particular time. And all at the same time, they said, where'd those pants come from? Now, mind you, we see each other every day. So they know what my wardrobe pretty much looks like because some of them have been with me for years and they know that I don't really shop a lot. So they know what I got is what I got. So one of my babies was like, where did that shirt come from? Because remember, I hit him with the I hit him with the jogging pants last week. So they gonna be on my so that's why I gotta get caught up so they can get off my neck. My sister said, talk to the vendor. Talk to the vendor. When can you talk to vendor? I said, sister, I will. No, talk to vendor. We need talk to vendor. My family's getting in. So my sister, the oldest, is saying, you need to talk to the vendor and tell the vendor we need these and we need them in these sizes and when can they get them? And all I can do is laugh. Hi, Spirit, how are you? And all I can do is laugh because she's serious. Okay, so I know, Kay. Look at me. I'm bowing to you, baby. I'm on it. I promise. The first boxes from Arizona just arrived yesterday. They are not even open yet. So once all of the items are in here, I've cleaned up my sister's where the bar area is, and I will be set up out there. So I will be able to hook you out all the way up. You guys know I do everything myself. I love doing it. I love doing it custom. I know eventually it'll be too much for me to do, but right now I can still do it. So I do. Any questions for me today? And if not, it is 9 o'clock, 5 after the hour, or 7 after the hour. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm your girl, Coach King Lachelle Elliott. And no matter what you do, don't forget that you are strong enough to win because that's how we do it over here. We I rise. So join us. We love you.